like the bouncers, just like the bouncers who worked, let's 3, 4, 5 years maybe at like a college bar or something, and I was a bouncer. Oh, where'd you work? And they tell you, and you go, okay, you're a bouncer, but you're not a bouncer.
Right.
You're a bouncer. You had one big fight. There was maybe these the college kids were in there swinging around and beating each other up, and a couple of punches are thrown. But you weren't afraid to go home for your life. To go. Not even afraid. You didn't have to watch your back going home. Ride the train. You walking. Grab a cab, go to your car, whatever it is. You didn't have to worry about that working those bars or certain places.
Right.
The places that the three of us have worked, and many of our other brothers, whether they were martial artists or not, they had to put in real work and make it home, honestly.
Yeah.
And for some myself, did make it home.
That's right.
Yeah. For myself, that is absolutely true, because I wasn't driving at the time. I didn't have a car. So, and there was a situation too that I had once where I threw a guy out. And as I was on my way home, walking down Nostrand Avenue that morning, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, he said, the guy, well, he was across the street, of course, but still he said, "Hey, Muslim, now you by yourself, huh? You're walking down the street." Well, I had to take care of that, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want to go home. I don't know what he have on him. I went across the street. I had to take a chance. I went across the street and he ran, in the building. And these things happen. But see, and then the next week, this client had the nerve to come back to the club, and that's one of the only times that I actually use my fist, is that when I saw him. I mean, I don't know if I should be saying this, you know what I'm saying? But you understand, this is a night that I knocked his teeth out.
Wow. Well, we had to knock many guys out. And you know what? You didn't even speak about the fact that you did what you had to go home and then come back to the same club the next day.
Right.
There
same
it is.
spot, same address, same 6 hours.
Exactly. And you stand out. And we all stand out like sore thumbs, because the reason why they hired us, because they wanted us to stand out like sore thumbs, because it was a deterrent to keep the chumps from trying to start trouble in the club. So you had to have a certain appearance. So we stood out like sore thumbs. So you coming out that club, and the story you telling, just bringing me back memories of many nights we had to go home. All of us, not just me. This is not the Nathan Ingram show, but many of us had to go home looking left, right, front, back, because we didn't know what these cowards was going to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not calling anybody that goes to club a coward, but go ahead.
And that night, actually going home after he did run into a, department building and everything, but it still bothered me, because I don't know what he had. I don't know if he was going to run into the place and come back out, with something. I always have my bag with me, but, I really don't want to go there. Right. We don't want to be, I don't want to be in prison for the rest of my life. But when I did get home, it was really, really bothering me. And I was like, oh man, why did I let, well, he ran anyway. It wasn't nothing I can do, but it still bothered me. So that's when I saw him at the club, the first thing I did, man, is I clocked him in the mouth, knocked his teeth out. But that was one of the only times that I used my hand. And when I said my hands now, I use my palm heel a lot, but not my fist.
You probably were angry enough to use your hand, because he wasn't attacking you as a man. He was attacking your religion by calling you, hey, Muslim. And that's what really probably set you off, because I know how religious you are.
Yeah. But actually that didn't bother me,
Oh, really?
Because I figured that's the only way that he knew me. Okay. Yeah, that's the only way he knew me. But he didn't know anything else about me. He didn't know my name, anything like that. But he knew that I was Muslim because I wore. And see, that's the other thing. Wearing a kufi, you understand, in the club and then outside the club, that's kind of dangerous. I think that if I had to do all over again, I would do it a little bit different.
Right.
I wouldn't wear those identifying clothing or marks or anything like that.
Right.
Which I didn't.
Well, let us ask you this. Let us ask you this. We know, I know of you, and Glen knows of you. Jacob in the audience, a lot of people may not know who you are, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do know. We want you to tell us, just name a few so that people can know who you are, a few of the people that you've bodyguarded throughout your time. Because I know, and I heard about you before I even met you, and what a gentleman. People would always talk about you were always a gentleman and efficient martial artist, you know, a great martial artist. But you had so much humility in whatever you did. And I want people to know, you know, a few names of the people that you have bodyguarded.
Oh man, okay, a few, because I have definitely bodyguards, you know, quite a few. Right off the top of my head, okay, you know, Wesley Snipe is one of them. You know, I kept, you know, along with his bodyguard, you know, which was, you know, Steve Muhammad. You know, to have Patrick Swayze, Hugh Grant, bodyguard Hugh Grant at the time. Now, you know, he was in that mess with that, you know, prostitution. Yeah, and you can imagine I'm bodyguarding this guy in Brooklyn. You know, and we're doing a shot, you know, so you know, shoot over by the projects, and this, you know, the people just hollering out the window, man, hey Hugh, hey man, we got some prostitutes over here, man, come on, get down with us, you know. I'm trying to keep my, you know, I'm trying to keep a straight face, man, but you know, I was laughing and everybody was laughing, you know, and also the girl that works with him, you know, yeah, what's her name? Oh man. But wow, I actually quite a few people, man. Sandra Bullock, that's what I was trying to say.
Sandra Bullock, right?
Yeah, you know, I bodyguard her and this, and these guys in Country Boys in Tennessee, 8 Ball, MJG. These were the only rappers. These were the only rappers that I really liked, because you know, they were Southern and they was down to earth, and you know, they was no troublemakers.
Right.
I mean, the music is one thing, but in actuality, they were very good guys, you know, and very respectable. And A-Ball, he had everybody calling me Mr. Everybody in his entourage had to call me Mr. Muhammad. And this guy, he goes to, wherever he goes to buy something, if he go to a sneaker store, he said, Mr. Muhammad, you want a pair? He go to a watch store, Mr. Muhammad, you want one? And I still have one of the best watches, man, that this guy, you know, gave me.